In the last 16 years, I've met over 1,000 CROs and executive revenue leaders to help them think through ways to improve their go-to-market. Unfortunately, without the right structure, these meetings can feel like whack-a-mole. We uncover a dozen problems with outbound, numerous issues with retention, more challenges in closing deals and forecasting accurately, and huge gaps in expansion sales. Inbound leads aren't getting followed up with properly, Salesforce is broken, and leadership can't get visibility into the business. Oh, and now we also need to implement AI across every area of go-to-market. This makes my head spin. Where do we even start? So we created a framework to answer that very question, and it's become the foundation for how we work with every CRO and go-to-market team as go-to-market strategy and RevOps consultants here at Union Square Consulting. In this video, I'm going to walk you through this framework, the go-to-market efficiency pyramid, step by step, and share how to identify and prioritize issues and opportunities in the go-to-market engine. Let's get into it. The go-to-market efficiency pyramid breaks down into 4 distinct stages of maturity in go-to-market. Within each stage, we've outlined 3 core components of the go-to-market engine that should be in place before we graduate to the next stage. Here's how they break down. First, we have the fundamentals. The fundamentals are the definitions, process, and systems our team needs to have in place in order to identify, attract, retain, and grow our ideal customers. By definition, if we don't have the right foundation in place, our team will be rowing in the wrong direction. Next, we have adoption. Once we have the fundamentals in place, we need to train our team and coach and support them to execute the process consistently. This is the hardest job in go-to-market leadership. If we can't get our team to consistently execute the right steps, we will lose opportunities by definition. If, however, we get our team to execute consistently, we've done the 20% of the work that can generate 80% of the results. This sets the foundation for a solid go-to-market and provides us with accurate data to optimize from here. As we get into optimization, we carefully analyze the go-to-market data to identify what's working, what's not working, and what we can do to drive more revenue growth. We can't do this without that foundation in place though, but with it, we can start to turn the knobs on go-to-market and get better and better quarter after quarter. Finally, we get to amplification, where we can layer AI and automation on top of a working go-to-market engine. This is where many want to start, but if we do this without the right foundation in place, we end up amplifying the wrong things. We've all seen this play out with automated sales sequences and tools like Outreach and SalesLoft, where companies have burned through their entire TAM with terrible messaging that yielded negative results. We're going to see the same thing with AI. However, when AI is layered on top of a working go-to-market engine, the possibilities are immense. Let's dig deeper into each stage here. Back to fundamentals. The fundamentals start with defining the customer, the journey they want to take, and the process we need to execute to deliver that customer journey and grow revenue. Then we need to take that process and implement it into our systems so our team has the capability to execute this process consistently. The process and systems will obviously differ for each go-to-market motion and each step in the customer journey, but at a high level, these are the fundamental components we need in our go-to-market engine. We need to define our ICP and our buyer personas, and if we have multiple products, we need to do that for each product. We need to outline our customer journey and the go-to-market process to deliver that customer journey, and then we need that process implemented into our systems. Let's move on to adoption. To drive adoption, we need to provide our team with training and enablement on the process and systems we designed in the fundamentals, and then drive them to adopt and execute it consistently. We need reports and dashboards to provide frontline team members and their managers with visibility into this execution, and we need to create a regular cadence of management reviewing these reports and coaching their reps to maintain that consistency. As an example, if we're talking about how we close deals, as in the pipeline management process, from qualification to close, we need management to regularly inspect the pipeline and coach reps when they are not managing deals correctly. There is just no other way for an entire team to execute the same process, and by extension to have a clean and accurate pipeline, than to provide them with ongoing feedback and coaching. The alternative is to let each rep run their own process, which means that we can never trust our pipeline or forecast accurately. Okay, let's move on to optimization. Optimization starts with analyzing our go-to-market data to identify what's working, what's not working, and what we might be able to change to increase revenue production. We obviously can't do that if we don't have the foundation in place to trust our data, but if we do, we can start to turn the knobs on our go-to-market engine to finely tune it for better performance. With these insights, we could have a regular go-to-market council meeting where leaders from sales, marketing, CS, potentially finance, and/or product come together to discuss these insights and then decide on tangible actions they're going to take coming out of this meeting. Having a regular meeting like this can be incredibly impactful for our go-to-market team to get better and better quarter after quarter. In addition to this, once we have the right foundation in place, we can start to work on things like attribution and forecasting. Finally, we get to amplification, where we layer AI and automation on top of the go-to-market engine we just started to optimize. We really should have at least a solid MVP in place for fundamentals and adoption before graduating to optimization. However, as soon as we start optimizing the go-to-market engine, we can also start looking for ways to amplify it. Optimization and amplification are a never-ending journey, and they also influence how we might re-engineer the fundamentals and drive adoption of those fundamentals on an ongoing, consistent basis. There are obviously hundreds of ways we can use automation and AI to amplify our go-to-market, and we can't list them all here. So instead, we just listed 3 categories: automation, AI data analytics, and agentic AI workflows to do our best to cover this category concisely. We'll share more tangible examples for amplification as we break the pyramid down next. Having a high-level framework to guide us through go-to-market is helpful, but we want specific and tangible examples. So we broke this pyramid into 7 sub-pyramids. First, we broke this down into 4 pyramids that represent each go-to-market motion we most commonly see in mature B2B companies selling enterprise solutions into SMB, mid-market, and enterprise customers. We have outbound, inbound, ABM or all-bound, and partners or channel. Next, we broke the pyramid down into pipeline management, as in the process to qualify and close sales opportunities, which can be applied to new business and/or expansion sales. Then finally, we broke customer success down into 2 pyramids, one for renewals and one for expansion. We don't have time to go into each of the 7 pyramids in this video, but we've done that in our written framework as well as our podcast where we spent 60 minutes diving extremely deep into this topic. Depending on where you're listening to this, check out the comments or the description for links to that content. If you'd like more hands-on help with this, we have a free go-to-market efficiency workshop where we'll spend an hour with you to help you diagnose the specific areas of your go-to-market that present the best opportunities for revenue growth, and then help you craft a roadmap to address those areas. This is not a veiled sales pitch. You won't be speaking with an SDR or an AE. It's a free 1-hour consultation with one of the 2 most senior people in our company, providing you a tangible and actionable takeaway. For this reason, we have to limit this to CROs in B2B companies with $50 to $500 million in ARR. If you'd like to explore this, click the link below to schedule a 15-minute call to discuss this workshop with us.